Hello again, my name's Gabe Zollner. I wanted to talk a little bit about Loretta Lynch. You know, she's the woman that's going through the confirmation hearings by our dysfunctional Senate, members of Congress. Well, I want people to reflect on a couple of realities. And I did mention this in some of my previous videos when Loretta Lynch first came on the scene. But since then, I've gained a number of new subscribers, so I want to bring them current as well. Loretta Lynch, as you probably know, had made it very clear that she's her own woman. She was asked directly as to how she would view certain events and situations, and she said, again, she's her own woman, which says that she's not going to follow in the footsteps of Eric H. Holder Jr. Now, again, if you viewed some of my earlier videos on this topic, that's got to be a little difficult for anyone to really believe. And the reason that is when she went to Harvard, she belonged to a sorority. And there's another individual that belonged to that sorority as well, Sharon Denise Malone. And it was a black sorority. So, in essence, Sharon Denise Malone and Loretta Lynch are sorority sisters. And this goes back to the 1980s. And from any information that's available, they're still very tightly associated with each other. Now, I know you're not going to believe this, but Sharon Denise Malone has a husband, and his name is Eric H. Holder Jr. So now we're expected to believe that Loretta Lynch won't follow in the footsteps of Eric H. Holder Jr. What do you think would happen, assuming that Trey Gowdy and Daryl Lisa and whomever else is successful in some of their many investigations against this Attorney General, who has already been held in contempt of Congress? He's the first Attorney General ever to have been held in that regard. But what do you think would happen if, in fact, he was found to be guilty of various crimes? Do you honestly think that Loretta Lynch would pursue prison sentences for him? How would she explain that to her sorority sister, Sharon Denise Malone? Well, she couldn't. And she wouldn't. She wouldn't have to, because she would never pursue any criminal charges. Or if she did, she'd know that the chosen one, if this happened during his tenure in the Oval Office, would simply pardon Eric H. Holder Jr. for any and all of his crimes. No different than when the chosen one came to Eric H. Holder's defense when Daryl Lisa was close to tightening the noose about Fast and Furious. What did Obama do? What did he do? Well, he exerted executive privilege. You can't exert executive privilege onto someone else. Since Obama said he was never involved in Fast and Furious, he really wouldn't have been eligible. And you'd think that Congress, being as wise as they are, would have been fully aware of that. Instead, some little guy like me has got to come up with it. So if you think that Loretta Lynch won't get confirmed, you're sadly mistaken, because the GOP has no nuts. They don't have any scrotums. No. They've been neutered. They've been denutted. They'll just go along with the tide. Why? That's how they survive. And they just want to continue to survive. They don't give a damn about you or this country. They just care about themselves. Hasn't that become somewhat obvious? Now, let me be clear, as Obama would say, not all members of Congress are like that. Just the ones that have been hanging around for a long time. That's what I sort of think. Anyway, Loretta Lynch will be the next Attorney General. She will follow in the footsteps of the less than honorable Attorney General Eric H. Holder Jr. She will support all of his policies. And she'll continue to be Barack Hussein Obama's wingman, protecting him from all of his attacks on the Constitution, which she herself doesn't even necessarily think that he's done anything wrong when it comes to immigration reform. They do not have your best interest at heart. They have their best interest at heart. You think not? Well, tell me where I'm wrong. You can't, can you?